A new report from IDC shows that smartwatches are not actually the new hotness anymore, not by a long shot. In the third quarter of 2016, the smartwatch category saw a 51.6% reduction in shipments year over year. Some reasons given for the drop include the timing of the second generation of the Apple Watch, as well as the ongoing delays of the new Android Wear 2.0 platform update. But those in aggregate add to a shrinking demand for wearables by pushing purchases off to another time that may or may not ultimately end up happening. IDC ultimately concludes that consumer interest in smartwatches is waning, and the category's purpose isn't always evident to users, so that's a big challenge.
So I tried to buy my second Apple Watch this weekend.
How'd that go?
Well, it didn't go so well.
Oh.
I went to the Apple store in Santa Rosa. I had to wait to speak to someone. I just wanted to try it on. And then this person was helping me and two other people. And they had all these questions that I knew the answer to. Have you ever been in that situation where I was just like, I want to answer their questions?
Yes, I've been in that situation.
And not just that the Apple store employee was saying something wrong, but I just wanted to give my I've had this for, since it came out and I love it and here's what I use it for. And I was just like my enthusiasm and I couldn't share. But then I got frustrated and left. I still will buy it. I'll just buy it online. But I can get, I don't know that, I know more people whose Apple Watch is in their drawer that they just don't wear than I know people who wear them regularly and love it as much as I do.
Yeah.
And watches in general. I was telling my daughter and her friend, I'm going to go buy an Apple Watch. And her friend was like, oh, my grandmother has a watch. As if watches in general were just something that only grandmothers even wore. And I just thought that's part of it too.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people said that. Why, in this day and age, sure, there are people that absolutely love their watches, but why do we need one? We've got the phone already and it does a lot of these things and we're already kind of accustomed to it, used to it. It doesn't have to tether with another thing. There's a lot of asterisks involved with the smartwatch thing. It works for some people, and I look and I go rewind my life a couple of years when smartwatches first started hitting Android and everything, and I was super excited about it. Got to watch it at Google I/O, so I automatically had one. I never really had to buy one because they handed it out at Google I/O. But all along, for any of the benefits, any of the things that I liked the watch for, which was basically notification triage, I had to ask myself but would I buy it? Would I spend $250, $300, $400 on this watch? And no, I actually wouldn't. Not for that, because it's just not. It's not a killer app necessarily. It's not a killer feature that I absolutely have to have. And so, sure enough, like you were talking about your friends with the watch in the drawer, mine sits on the charger on my nightstand. It's sitting on the charger, and I never think to put it on because I'm out of the habit. And once I fell out of the habit and realized I could live my life without it, it kind of took away some of the magic for it. So I don't know. It's just it's kind of a category that still just hasn't really proven itself, and that's evident.
Yeah, I think for fitness, it does. But when I talk about fitness, runners. You're not really a runner. That's not the exercise that you do. Yeah. But I think, and that's why if you look at that graph, Garmin's growth year over year is the best as any of the other wearables, and Garmin's been doing this for 14 years. They had a Garmin, for your arm. They had a Garmin for your wrist. The Forerunner, I think that was one of their first, devices, and they already had GPS because that was what they had been doing before. And it was, so they know what people want. And this is not everyone. Everyone doesn't need a Garmin, but the people who run and love them, there's the first one that was that's almost, I think that was 14 years ago.
That's a brick.
Yeah, and it's just for tracking your runs.
Yeah.
That's what it does, and it does it well. And in terms of the workouts you do, in the gym and stuff, when we just there was a study last week. The heart rate sensor is not as good as the kind that you strap to your chest.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
I would wear the watch to the gym, but I would never use it for the heart rate thing. It was because of a timer. If I'm doing a certain exercise and I want to go a minute, it might be easier for me to go start and do it as opposed to pull out my phone or position my phone so I can see it, and then the screen goes off and I'm all bummed because I can't actually see the timer. That was the whole point. But that that was just one of very few use cases that I came up with that I had to figure out as far as the watch was concerned. And over time, it just kind of took the wind out of the sails, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is a challenge that smartwatches overcome. I think fitness is if there is any killer app for these things, but that certainly doesn't apply to everybody.
Yeah. But I mean, they say like working out with the friend is a good way to stay healthy. And Leo said today, because we now track each other's activities. So like on my activity, it says, just Leo and my dad. And so, like he said, because he knows that I'm watching, Renee Ritchie also, that he worked out harder because like he knows we're watching and we send little, thumbs up and stuff. So that's proven. That's something scientifically proven. If you know someone's there with you, cheering you on or taunting you, in the case of me and Leo, then, you're going to work harder. So yeah, could you do that in a device that wasn't $369? And yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the next step is like you're working out and they know that you're working out and they want to motivate you. So suddenly they appear on your watch. Like, hey, Megan, how's it going? You're doing great, but you got to push it. Would that be motivation?
Yeah. That's
or would that just be weird?
Step. Yeah. Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Don't do that, smartwatch makers. If you want this category to thrive, don't do what I just said.